But what the hell are you doing?
I'm waterproofing the walls, boss.
Waterproofing, didn't I tell you? We charge for it, but don't apply it.
A leak would make redoing everything costly.
No, but that's not your problem. Just keep answering. Any damage is on you.
Okay, boss, that's really smart and I love your helmet. Can I have one?
Well, I'll be able to save some money, and the helmet is only for the boss.
Alright, we're starting a new video in which we're going to talk about the most important step of your project. Bathroom, it's waterproofing. Don't neglect this part, I told you, it's the most important step. You need to have an amazing bathroom. With materials that are very expensive, thousands of euros, even tens of thousands of euros, a bathroom can end up costing a lot. If you skip this step and there's water damage, you're going to regret it. You'll have to break what you did weeks or even months ago to start all over again. A waterproofing kit for under tiles or a liquid system costs about 50 to 60 euros. That includes the primer, the tape, and the product. You apply it in 2 coats, it can be done in half a day. So you see, it doesn't take much time. You put on the primer, the tape, and the product. Your shower and the area around your bathtub are fully waterproof, so you won't have future water damage.
Oh, that's great! I can sing in my bath since my bathroom is waterproof.
So, is it really worth saving 50 or 60 euros when you know you don't redo a bathroom every year? Well, no, don't deprive yourself. I told you it's very easy to apply, but don't try to save money on this step, which is the most important one. It's not your expensive tiles that will stop water from seeping through. If regular grout isn't applied correctly, if it's porous, has holes or leaks, damage is guaranteed. Epoxy grout is an alternative. We'll discuss this in a future video. The main thing is to ensure the tiling is fully waterproof. There are specs, SELs, and liquid waterproofing systems. SPEC means water protection under tile. Some people ask me about the difference between them. It depends on the manufacturer. Some specs apply only to walls, others to floors. If there's no drain, you can use SEL on both the wall and floor. Just use SEL. I'll add all the links in the description so you don't have to worry. The last drywall panels in the bathroom are up, so it's finished. I also filled screw heads and taped around the bathtub and shower, but didn't film those parts. The joint compound doesn't matter. I use composite tape, but paper tape works too. Composite lets you apply a second coat immediately, saving time. However, I still have to install the outside corners on the bathtub apron and all this part, so I'm going to film it for you and we're going to install it with Strep Flex weight stick. There's something special about it. It doesn't stick with compound, it sticks with the blue part you see here. So it's glue that activates when it comes into contact with water. So we're going to take a spray bottle, spray it on the glue, and the glue will activate. We press the corner bead in place and then apply the compound. Of course, it's composite, so if you sand your compound and hit the corner bead, it's not a problem. It doesn't peel like regular paper tape or standard corner bead. As I said, just use water, set it in place, then apply the compound. Did you see the small roller I used for the joint tape? It's just the smaller compound roller. To prevent it from drying out, clean it after finishing your taping or leave it in the compound bucket if you're not done. Put the lid back on, close it, and at least it won't dry out. You can keep it like that for a day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, even a week if you want. Okay then, of course, you clean the handle thoroughly, and for now, it's going to stay like that until tomorrow. The joints are finished with 2 coats of compound and screw heads filled. We've only done 1 coat on the corner beads so far. I'll add a second once they're dry. For the mixers, I put polymer glue all around. That's the first barrier for waterproofing. Then we'll put a waterproofing membrane all around. Salt, liquid waterproofing, adhesive, polymer, tiling, grout, epoxy, and silicone for finishing. Honestly, this water leak confuses me now. It's going to be solid, the bathtub protected, and to get on it to do the strips, that's done. I'll just have to do the waterproofing. And the tiling. An extruded polystyrene panel is made of polystyrene and resists compression. A board, I step on it and I don't damage the edge of the bathtub. So gloves for plastering aren't mandatory. And every time my hands are full of plaster or paint, the phone rings just by chance. So we put on gloves, and if it rings, we take them off and our hands stay clean. Here, I made a hole with a hole saw. It's to remind me that I'll have tiles all along. For the mixer access panel on the shower side, we'll consider enlarging it and likely use magnets. We'll revisit this. The panel on the bathtub apron is finished. So, should I make it bigger? Should I leave it like this? We'll see. The screw head is filled in. We're good with the shower tray. It's protected. I made a hole at the drain to prevent condensation from forming under the protection. And now the goal is to glue the waterproofing membrane around the edges. And same for the niche. We take the tile adhesive membrane, we stick it inside. A 3 mm notch trowel is more than enough. There's no point in overdoing it. And once it has dried on the membrane, the niche, and the shower tray, we can apply the sealant. Liquid waterproofing system, the strips in the corners, and then we paint. You'll see, it's like very thick paint. It dries pretty quickly. We'll apply 2 coats, and after that, you can shower in it because it's fully waterproof. I could stop at 1.80 meters around the bathtub, but I know myself. It's so fun you might want to go to the top, but don't touch the ceiling or you'll have to redo the plaster. You'll see it almost does itself. So I glued this waterproofing mat only with the SEL, the liquid waterproofing system. That's what's recommended by Hans Grohe. Because the mat comes with the mixer, but it's folded in a little bag that's barely 5 by 5 centimeters. There are folds everywhere, as you can see, it unfolds easily. I had to press it between two boards with 25 kilo plaster buckets to flatten it. And they recommend gluing it with the salt. That's what I did, so it sticks, no problem. But you can still see the folds. It's a bit of a hassle, so to avoid struggling. After gluing the waterproofing mat with the liquid system, I could have used tile adhesive again, but I actually used polymer adhesive. It resists water and humidity and has incredible sticking power. Look at the result, 0 wrinkles on the mat, it's perfect. To avoid cleaning the spatula, cover it with masking tape. After scraping off excess glue, simply remove the tape. But here, I'm really happy we have 0 wrinkles, so it works very well, so we scrape it well. Next, liquid sealing system, and it's done. Whether it's the bathtub or the shower tray, to protect as much as possible. I do the edges with blue tape that's resistant. Next, I lay down the felt. I put blue tape back around the edges to hold the felt, and on the blue tape, I put another tape, so it could be the blue one. That's what I did the first time. Then I used yellow tape because it comes off more easily. It's thinner and you keep your blue tape around the edges. When you're finished, you must remove it right away because the liquid sealant will stick to the tape quickly. Otherwise, it creates shreds you'll need to clean up. That limits it to using tweezers, but here you just remove your tape directly and you have the other one left underneath so you can repeat the process. If I had to put on another layer, 2 more layers, 3 more layers, okay, and it's the same for the paint. Waterproofing is done with 2 layers. Some say going up to the ceiling is unnecessary and wastes product, which isn't wrong. We don't have to go all the way up to the ceiling now. I don't think I wasted any product because I like to go up to the ceiling. I figured that in a bathtub, you can stand up and take a shower. So if you have a little bit of sealant that's not done properly or there's a hole in a joint, water can seep in. So you might as well go all the way up to the ceiling. Honestly, it's really satisfying because we're not using paint or aiming for a perfect finish. If there are touch-up marks, it's not a big deal. If there are little lumps in the product, it's not a big deal. And like I said, it's so satisfying that you might as well go all the way up to the ceiling. A few extra rolls don't bother me. Okay, this part of the wall, I could have stopped at the bathtub, but I might as well finish it. I didn't need to do the 2 outer sides of the shower, but after doing the panel, I decided to continue. I finished the side and kept going. As I said, a few more roller strokes don't matter. It spreads on its own. This area, for example, is very sensitive between the wall and the bathtub panel. Because if you have kids playing in the bathtub, water goes over the edge and tends to pool along the bathtub. So you really need to do this part. Epoxy joints will be discussed for the bathtub once everything is finished. The corners and strips are done and the process is the same for the shower. We do the inside and outside corners. The niche, we go up to the ceiling, and there, in terms of waterproofing, we're perfect. For anyone wondering about the difference between the shower and the bathtub, I have 15 square meters of space, a 7.5 kilo bucket, and this much left. Enough to do a section of wall, a bathtub apron, for example. So, you see, a bucket that costs 60 euros well, a bucket, a complete kit, is 60 euros. I was able to do the bathtub and the shower. Alright, for the waterproofing step, we've covered everything. As you saw, nothing complicated. You apply it with a roller and a brush. Pay close attention to the joint between the floor and the wall, especially around the shower tray. We add more silicone if needed, and then we're set. It will last for decades, even centuries. We'll meet again for the next step, tiling the ceramics. Next, we'll need to paint the ceiling. We'll hang the mirror, the vanity unit, the toilet, and that's it for this bathroom. So, that's what we'll see in the next episodes. There will be 2 or 3 more. Okay, I really want to thank you for watching this video. Take care and see you very soon.